let's talk about something many of us put on our dinner plates regularly, thinking we're doing our bodies a favor. Fish. We're told it's brain food, good for the heart, packed with healthy fats. And yes, that can absolutely be true. But what if I told you that the fish sitting quietly in your freezer, the one you chose with good intentions, might actually be hurting your brain? Sounds a bit dramatic, I know. But here's a truth, backed by science, that many folks over 60 have never been clearly warned about. According to some recent studies, older adults who regularly eat certain types of fish with high levels of a hidden toxin are significantly more likely, up to 60% more likely, to develop serious issues like memory problems and diseases like Alzheimer's. That's not just a rumor. It's a proven fact that hits close to home. You see, not all fish are created equal. While some truly are loaded with those wonderful omega-3s that nourish your heart and keep your mind sharp, others carry hidden toxins that can slowly chip away at your health over time, especially as our bodies change with age. In this video, we're going to cut through the confusion. I'll show you the top 4 fish you should be eating regularly to protect your brain, heart, and bones. And then we'll reveal the 4 most dangerous fish you should actively avoid, particularly after age 60. Chances are one of the fish on that avoid list is something you've eaten thinking it was healthy. Stick with me, because knowing the difference is absolutely vital for your health and independence. Before we dive in, let me know in the comments, what's your favorite fish dish? And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Let's start by understanding the main hidden danger lurking in some fish. Mercury. So, we've seen that while fish can be incredibly healthy, there's a serious caveat, especially for us as we get older. It often comes down to unwanted guests hiding in the fish. This is mercury and other toxins, the silent threat to the aging brain. Mercury is a naturally occurring metal, but human pollution has increased its levels in the environment, particularly in our oceans and lakes. When fish swim in these waters, they absorb mercury, and it accumulates in their tissues, especially as they grow larger and live longer. Why it matters more as we age. Our bodies aren't quite as good at filtering and detoxifying things as they used to be. Our kidneys and liver, which help process waste and toxins, can slow down. This means heavy metals like mercury hang around longer in our system, doing more potential damage. They especially target the nervous system, that's our brain and nerves. Mimicking aging, mercury poisoning can cause symptoms like memory problems, difficulty focusing, shakiness, and even changes in mood or balance. The concerning part? These symptoms can easily be mistaken for normal aging or other conditions, meaning the real cause gets missed. Beyond mercury, while mercury is the most well-known, some fish can also contain other contaminants like PCBs, polychlorinated biphenyls, or dioxins, which come from industrial pollution and accumulate in fatty tissues. Like mercury, these can also affect the nervous system and overall health over time. Greg's story. Expanded. Remember my friend Greg from the introduction? His tremors and memory lapses were initially dismissed as just getting older. But after blood tests, the doctor found elevated mercury. He loved grilled swordfish, a fish high up the food chain, known to accumulate mercury, and was eating it once a week. It wasn't his fault. He thought he was making a healthy choice. But that one habit, done consistently, was silently harming his brain. The good news is that cutting out the high mercury fish made a noticeable difference in his focus and energy within months. Not all dangers are obvious. Understanding which fish are more likely to carry toxins, and why our aging bodies are more sensitive, is crucial for protecting our most vital organ, our brain. But please, don't let this discourage you from eating fish altogether. Far from it. Now that we understand the risks to watch out for, let's focus on the fantastic news. There are incredible, delicious fish choices that are low in these harmful toxins and packed with nutrients that actively heal and protect your brain, heart, and body. Let's dive into our good list, starting with some true powerhouses. Welcome to the good list part 1, wild salmon and sardines, omega-3 powerhouses. These first 2 fish are often at the top of every nutritionist's list, and for good reason. They are superstars when it comes to benefiting your health as you age. Wild-caught salmon, especially Alaskan, this isn't just any salmon. The key is wild-caught. particularly from clean waters like Alaska. Brain fuel. It's loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, especially DHA and EPA. These are the building blocks of your brain cells. Studies show that regular consumption, even just 2 to 3 times a week, is linked to better memory, reduced age-related brain shrinkage, and a significantly lower risk of dementia and Alzheimer's in older adults. It's literally food for thought. Muscle and More provides high-quality protein to combat age-related muscle loss, and the antioxidant astaxanthin, what gives it that beautiful pink color, is great for eye health. Plus, it's incredibly easy to bake with just some olive oil, lemon, and herbs. Sardines, wild-caught canned in olive oil. Please don't let their small size or being canned put you off. Sardines are nutritional champions. Nutrient density. They are packed with vitamin B12, crucial for nerve function and preventing fatigue/memory issues common in seniors. One small can give you over 100% daily needs. They're also rich in calcium, thanks to those tiny edible bones. And more omega-3s. Low toxin. Because they are small and have a short life cycle, they don't accumulate toxins like mercury to the same extent as larger, longer-lived fish. Simple and affordable. Canned in olive oil makes them ready to eat, perfect for salads, on crackers, or straight from the can. Don't underestimate the power packed into these fish. Choosing wild-caught salmon and sardines is one of the most effective, delicious ways to nourish your brain and body as you age. Beyond these well-known stars, our good list includes a couple more gems that are often overlooked but offer fantastic benefits and safety. Perfect for rounding out your anti-inflammatory, brain-boosting diet. Let's meet them. Alright, let's continue with the good list part 2. Herring and rainbow trout, overlooked gems. These next 2 fish are just as deserving of a spot on your plate, offering unique benefits and a break from the more common choices. Herring. This is another small, oily fish that should be on your radar. Bone and artery health. Herring is an excellent source of omega-3s and crucial vitamin D, which works hand in hand with calcium to keep your bones strong vital as we age. The omega-3s also help maintain flexible arteries. Natural calcium. Just like sardines, their tiny edible bones are a fantastic source of natural, easily absorbed calcium. Versatile. Whether pickled, grilled, or smoked, herring is flavorful and easy on the digestive system. Rainbow trout. If you prefer a milder taste than salmon or sardines, rainbow trout is a perfect choice. Low mercury and nutrients. It's very low in mercury and provides good amounts of DHA, omega-3, selenium, an important mineral, and lean protein. Gentle option. Rainbow trout is typically tender, flaky, and mild, making it ideal for anyone with slower digestion or dental sensitivities. It's also often sourced from clean, sustainable farms. Recap the good 4. So, there you have our top 4 beneficial fish: wild-caught salmon, sardines, herring, and rainbow trout. Expanding your choices within the safe fish list ensures you get a wider range of nutrients and keeps your meals interesting. Setting up the next section. Now that we know which fish are the heroes, let's quickly circle back to why those omega-3s in them are so incredibly powerful, particularly in fighting a hidden enemy linked to so many age-related health issues: inflammation. Let's take a quick detour in omega-3 versus omega-6. The inflammation battle your body needs to win. We keep talking about omega-3s, and there's a crucial reason why. They are key players in managing inflammation in your body. The balance is key. Your body needs both omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, but it's the balance between them that truly matters. Omega-3s, the firefighters. Think of omega-3s as your body's natural anti-inflammatory agents. They help cool down that cellular fire that contributes to pain, stiffness, and disease. They work to lower blood pressure, protect your heart, and keep your brain sharp. Omega-6, fueling the fire when excess omega-6 are necessary, found in things like vegetable oils, nuts, and seeds. But the modern Western diet is often overloaded with omega-6 and severely lacking in omega-3s. This creates a significant imbalance. Chronic inflammation. When the scale tips too far towards omega-6, it leads to chronic, low-grade inflammation throughout your body. This isn't the acute inflammation of an injury. It's a silent, persistent state that contributes to heart disease, arthritis, type 2 diabetes, and yes, neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. Fish's role. This is where the fish choice becomes so critical. Fish high in omega-3s help restore that balance, acting as firefighters. Fish high in omega-6s, often due to farming feed, can actually worsen the imbalance, fanning the inflammatory flames. Remember that striking study? Farmed tilapia was found to have more inflammatory fats than bacon. Eating fish isn't just about getting good fats. It's about choosing foods that actively help your body manage inflammation, protecting you from many age-related conditions. Choose the firefighters, not the fuel. Now that we understand the crucial omega-3/omega-6 balance and the threat of inflammation, it's time to reveal the other side of the coin, the fish that are highest in toxins and inflammatory fats, and why you should seriously consider taking them off your menu, especially after 60. Let's look at the Dirty 4 list. You've met the heroes. Now for the Dirty List Part 1. Farmed Atlantic salmon and swordfish, high risks. These are the fish that, despite their popularity, carry significant risks due to high toxin levels or an unfavorable fat balance. Farmed Atlantic salmon. This is often the most widely available salmon, and unfortunately, one of the riskiest. The problem, raised in crowded net pens, they are more susceptible to disease, often leading to the use of antibiotics and pesticides in the water. Their feed can also contain synthetic dyes to mimic the color of wild salmon. Inflammatory fats. Critically, their diet often results in them having more omega-6 fats than omega-3s, the exact opposite of what you want for inflammation control as you age. Swordfish. This large, meaty fish might seem impressive, but it's a prime example of a high mercury threat. Why high mercury? Swordfish are predatory fish high up on the food chain, and they live a long time. This means they eat many smaller fish, accumulating higher levels of mercury throughout their life. Biomagnification. Risk for seniors. Even small, regular servings can lead to a buildup of mercury in your system, potentially causing or worsening symptoms like fatigue, memory loss, tremors, and balance issues, things easily mistaken for aging. Size and popularity don't equal health. For both farmed salmon and swordfish, the way they are raised or their position in the food chain makes them choices to be cautious about. Continuing our list of fish to approach with caution, our next two highlight issues with mislabeling and low-quality farming practices that can turn seemingly innocent choices into potential health hazards. Let's reveal the rest of the Dirty 4. Picking up our Dirty 4 list. This is the Dirty List Part 2. King mackerel and farmed tilapia hidden dangers. These two are common and often affordable, but they come with significant downsides for senior health. King mackerel, often labeled kingfish, while some types of mackerel, like smaller Atlantic or Spanish mackerel, are healthy low-mercury choices. The king mackerel is not. High mercury and confusion. King mackerel is known for having high levels of mercury. The problem is, it's sometimes simply labeled mackerel at the store or fish market, making it easy to unknowingly buy the riskier type. This silent substitution can lead to slow, cumulative harm. Farmed tilapia. This fish is popular because it's mild-tasting and inexpensive. But as we've seen, cheap can come at a cost to your health. Low regulation and poor diet. Most tilapia is farmed overseas in environments with less strict regulations regarding water quality and feed. They are often fed diets high in corn and soy, resulting in that unfavorable inflammation-promoting omega-6 to omega-3 ratio. They can also be exposed to pollutants in the farming environment. Recap the Dirty 4. So, the 4 fish to be cautious about, especially after 60, are farmed Atlantic salmon, swordfish, king mackerel, and farmed tilapia. Knowing the specific names and potential issues with these common fish empowers you to make safer choices and avoid unintended exposure to toxins and inflammatory fats. Okay, we've armed you with the knowledge of which fish are the heroes and which are the ones to be cautious about. But how do you put this into practice when you're standing right there at the seafood counter, looking at all those options? Let's talk practical tips for shopping smarter. Shopping smart, red flags, and what to look for at the counter. Navigating the seafood section can feel a little overwhelming. Labels can be confusing, and you want to be sure you're picking something that truly benefits your health. Spotting the red flags. Vague salmon label. If it just says Atlantic salmon without mentioning wild-caught, it's almost certainly farmed. Missing origin information. Trustworthy fish sellers are transparent. If the label doesn't clearly state where the fish was caught or farmed, a specific country or region, that's a warning sign. Color added or excessive, previously frozen. Farmed salmon is sometimes dyed. Fish shouldn't need added color. While freezing is common, repeated thawing and refreezing can affect quality. What to actively look for. Wild-caught label. This is generally your best bet for lower contaminants and better omega-3 profiles. Look for wild-caught Alaskan salmon. Clear origin. Look for origins from countries with stricter environmental and farming regulations, like the US, Canada, or in Europe. Short food chain. Prioritize smaller fish like sardines, anchovies, and herring. They naturally have lower mercury levels. Certifications. Logos like MSC, Marine Stewardship Council, indicate sustainable fishing practices, which often correlates with healthier fish from cleaner environments. Simplified mercury guidance. As a general rule, smaller fish that eat lower on the food chain have less mercury. Larger, longer-lived predatory fish like swordfish, king mackerel, shark, tilefish have the most. Sticking to the good list of smaller, faster reproducing fish helps ensure you're choosing low-mercury options. Ask the expert. Don't hesitate to ask the fishmonger. A good one can tell you where the fish is from, if it's wild or farmed, and help you make a safe choice. Empower yourself at the seafood counter by knowing these simple signs. Reading labels and asking questions aren't being picky. They're being proactive about your health. Even with these tips, some common mistakes can still trip people up when choosing fish, especially with all the confusing information out there. Let's look at the top missteps seniors often make and how to easily avoid them. Common mistakes and how to avoid them. You've got the list of good and bad fish and you know what to look for at the counter. That's fantastic, but there are still a few easy traps to fall into. Mistake number 1. Assuming all salmon is equal. This is a big one. The name salmon sounds healthy, but as we discussed, farmed Atlantic salmon is vastly different from wild-caught. Avoid it. Always check the label. If it doesn't say wild-caught, assume it's farmed, and choose one of the beneficial fish from our good list instead. Mistake number 2. Choosing only based on price. Budget is important, but the cheapest fish is often farmed overseas in less regulated conditions, increasing the risk of contaminants. Avoid it. Look for smaller, affordable wild options like canned sardines or mackerel, Atlantic/Spanish. They are budget-friendly and nutrient powerhouses without the higher risks. Mistake number 3. Not reading labels or asking questions. Can feel awkward, but it's your right to know what you're putting into your body. Avoid it. Be proactive. Ask, is this wild or farmed? And where is it from? Your health is worth a few questions. Mistake number 4. Eating the same fish all the time. While it's great to eat the good four, only eating one type repeatedly can lead to accumulating specific contaminants unique to that fish's environment or diet. Avoid it. Aim for variety. Rotate between wild salmon, sardines, herring, and trout throughout the week or month. Bonus tip: cooking matters. How you cook fish also impacts its health. High heat methods like deep frying can damage delicate omega-3s. Opt for baking, steaming, or gentle pan-searing to preserve nutrients. Safe shopping checklist: quick recap: wild caught, low mercury, clear origin, good omega-3 source, short food chain. Keep this simple list in mind. Being informed and mindful about your choices at the store makes a huge difference in getting the benefits of fish while minimizing the risks. Now, what if after all this you're thinking, I just really don't like fish? Or maybe you have allergies or dietary restrictions. Don't worry at all. You absolutely can still get powerful brain-boosting, heart-protecting omega-3s from other fantastic sources. Let's explore the best plant-based alternatives. No fish? No problem. Plant-based omega-3 alternatives. And conclusion: we understand that fish isn't for everyone. The texture, The smell, allergies. It's perfectly fine if fish isn't your thing. The great news is you can still get those vital omega-3s your brain and heart need from the plant kingdom. ALA sources. Foods like flax seeds, chia seeds, and walnuts are rich in a type of omega-3 called ALA. Your body can convert some ALA into the more beneficial DHA and EPA, the kind found in fish, although the conversion rate is often quite low, especially as we age. Still, these are excellent fiber-rich additions to your diet. Add ground flax or chia to oatmeal, yogurt, or smoothies, or snack on walnuts. The best alternative, algal oil. Here's a secret. Fish don't produce omega-3s themselves. They get them by eating algae. You can go straight to the source with algal oil supplements. These provide DHA and EPA directly, just like fish oil, but without the fish, and without the risk of mercury or other contaminants found in some fish. This is often the most effective plant-based way to get adequate levels of DHA/EPA for brain and heart health if you don't eat fish. I met a woman in her late 60s who just couldn't stand fish. She felt she was missing out. We talked about alternatives, and she started adding chia seeds to her breakfast and taking a daily algal oil capsule. Within weeks, she noticed her joint pain felt better, and she felt mentally sharper. Meal plan concept, brief mention to make healthy eating even easier. Remember, the video also includes a sample 3-day meal plan showing you how to incorporate these healthy fish or their plant-based alternatives into delicious, easy meals designed for seniors. Final takeaways and conclusion, we've covered a lot. The risk of mercury and other toxins, which 4 fish to embrace for their omega-3 power, which 4 to avoid due to higher risks, how to shop smart, common mistakes, and great plant-based alternatives. Remember, not all fish are created equal. The omega-3/omega-6 balance is key, and even small changes add up. Your health truly is on your plate. Crucial medical disclaimer. As always, the information in this video is for general knowledge and educational purposes only. It is not intended as a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always consult with your doctor or other qualified health provider before making any decisions about your diet or health, especially if you have existing health conditions or are taking medications. Your next step. You have the power to make informed choices. Which small change will you make this week? Trying a new safe fish? Getting algal oil? Or adding flax seeds to your breakfast? Let me know in the comments below what change you're making. If this video empowered you, please give it a like. And subscribe to our channel for more simple, science-backed tips to help you live longer, stronger, and smarter at any age. Share this video with a friend. You're never too old to make a wise choice for your health. We'll see you in the next video.